Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fifth game of this Play All 5 series between Minimote and Esoc. The map is Florida, and Esoc is playing as the Indian civilization spawning to the southwest in the colour blue. Minimote is playing the Dutch, spawning to the northeast in the colour yellow. The series so far has been really close between these players. A couple decisive wins for each player. I think Mini's win as China was decisive, and Esoc's last game as Ethiopia was decisive. But this matchup is a close matchup, and both players are certainly very well known for their respective play. Minimote does enjoy his Dutch gameplay a bit, but I know that Esoc loves playing India a lot more. He's basically India, I think, is Esoc's main civilization. So I'm expecting a really close, competitive game. Starting market here for Dutch is always very nice. Always feels good playing Florida as a result of this, but I'm sure Esoc can work out some advantages of opening up a market on his side as well. We got the Explorer skin, which makes these guys look like flow elephants. The amount of times I've metaphorically pooped myself when I see these elephants run into town thinking, oh my god, I'm about to lose my entire town centre. But no, it's just explorers. They're just harmless. And yeah, working on some treasures now, getting the alligator stuns, 80 food. Nothing too much to mention so far. There are some stronger treasures out on the map. There's a 75 XP and maybe a couple of pirate-based treasures, but India can't really kill pirates that well, so 90 wood's relatively safe there. Up top here, 75 wood, that's a good treasure. Dutch would love to take that, he does see it. Gonna work that. That'll help his first bank in transition. Love how his deck name's called Chill Water. Just chilling out. No 3 floats though. It has the frigate, but no 3 floats. That feels like a bit of a, I wouldn't say blunder, but 3 floats is one of the best cards that Dutch has access to. And at no point will you ever send in 2 caravels as Dutch. Just not as good as compared to working on your own build, as in 700 wood, bank wagon, 600 wood, then saving that shipment for 3 floats. So don't like that deck there from Minimote, but who knows, maybe he can prove me wrong on that one. Aging up 15 villager pop, has some sheep to eat in transition, has a lot of resources to stacked up already from the wood from the treasures, so that first bank should be pretty nice. Interesting to see if we're going to go in base Carney. I think we are. Esoc dropping in base. The envoy's working very hard to try and scout mid map. Doesn't see a fast aggro, so he's actually going to run it into base. I think he's just going to confirm the age up, and just good scouting here from Minimote. He knows what he's looking for. He knows what he wants to see. He will see the Carney. He will dive in for it. Yeah, there you go. Does see it, and that basically gives all the information that Minimote needs to know. That just shows Minimote he doesn't need to open up a stable straight away. He's probably going to get bank wagon or bank in transition, bank on the 400 wood. Open up 700 wood, get bank there. Maybe go for a 5 bank FF, or maybe just get stable down at a later point and just go for a very standard build order. But sometimes it's always just nice to know and confirm that you're not getting like rushed. But we'll have to see what units Esoc goes for, whether he will open up stable in base, or maybe he might also go for a fast fortress, no military units, or could go Rajputs. I know that Rajputs at the moment is incredibly strong. Does have a Skirm Goon deck by the deck name, 9 Zams, double Zam card, Gurkha card. But Dravidian martial arts, that's just allows possibility for a couple of Rajputs to be put in there, and Rajput Mahout Lancer is a combination which absolutely dunks on Skirm Goon from Dutch. And what do we see here? We see a turkey getting shot down, being gathered by a lot of resources. Oh no. Minimote going mid-map stable, and has potentially given his position away by hunting turkey. This is really awkward. I would highly recommend anybody go mid-map with buildings or side buildings. Do not disturb the wildlife. You will get scouted. You will get seen. Your position will get revealed. And I'm struggling to see what the mid-map here offers, and it's not even trying to hide if he's got mid-map. He's just like, yeah, I'm making Huss, I'm killing all the turkeys, you better react fast. And Izad's going in to check, investigate, and detect it. Izad does see forward stable, and there's a stable in base here for India. It's just got to open up Dragoons, and it shouldn't be too much of a hard defense. That villager might want to get pulled in pretty quickly. So yeah, Minimalt trying to get some early raiding and Vil kills versus India, which I don't think is going to work in his favour, and just sacrificing economy behind this, getting the bank wagon card 1 into Cemetery Woods, but just as essentially he'll be maybe not down a bank, but the build will be so much slower. Hussars have been trained. Huss coming in. Can they get a Vil? No great coats, no Eastern medicine, but the Zambraks do come out, and raid is over. Huss trying to trade, trying to pick them up. I don't know. He's just lost a lot of HP on 2 of the units there. Explorer still snaring, trying to be annoyance on the cavalry, but these are Zambraks. These are very fast Dragoons, and once they break apart, they can just catch up, and they will hunt those Hussars down to the end. Villagers having to run all the way back as well. And barracks in base is mini tri-stage 2. He's got another Huss in queue. I think he is. I don't know what I think of this. This so far has just been super awkward, and you just don't go Huss versus India. Let's see if we can go Goons in H2. Like, one of the few civs which do have H2 Dragoons, might as well make use of it. And it's not like India doesn't have any upgrades for these Zambraks in the second age. They have Camo Attack and Desert Terror. Camo Attack being incredible. 30% attack on Zam and Sour, which I don't think he would train any more Zambraks now, but a batch of Sours would go lovely into some Dutch skirmishers back at base. Riding with Vizad at the moment, what does he see? Doesn't see too much. Can't quite two-shot kill the merchants just yet. And as with the Ottoman, line of sight increase is actually really nice. Does see the skirmishers there, so can't be surprised he's not going Sours. Yeah, he has Zambrak in queue, cancelled that to go into Sours, but it's actually House, so yeah, Sour now being trained behind this. Ottoman cavalry also being researched. Might be tempted to send in 4 Sours as well for a real strong cavalry timing, and skirmishers getting a bit of confidence there, taking down the Zambraks. But Minimot will be back with some more. And those Huss, again, pushing out. But Huss Goon versus Huss Skirm. You'd have to go with the Huss Goon. Nice little pickup there. Well, yeah, we'll lose another Zam to the skirmishers. But Ottoman cavalry, it is just hard cleans and counters this entire army here from Dutch. And Minimot desperately needs to get some pikemen out, but he's not going to go for the pikemen. Well, he could get a batch, but third bank, he wants to get his 4th bank, another house, maybe get steel, he already has steel traps. So, yeah, he probably does have spare resources here for pikes, and he might want to go pikeman now just to cover this glaring weakness to cavalry, which he is doing. You're training pikes, sending pikes, but in come the cavalry and the explorers. Actually, the explorers probably slowing down, so get them out of the way, but here comes the cavalry. Run, Mini, run, get out of there. I think he's seen it. Also, he's seen it. He's just run past the stable. He's like, oh my god, I need to go. Go now, go now, go now. And this is just Zeb move. Clean up potential. Zam's just going to focus down any Hussars they can take. And Explorer going straight on to the skirms. Minutemen being called. That's a nice little play. Not many pikes, though. It's just 1 pike batch there from Mini. Didn't finish the batch off. And 8 pikes will come up behind. Huss gone down. Skirms are still alive, actually. So the pike batch has basically saved face here. Oh, those units are path blocked. This is quite awkward. I think Izad will just back off. Not the end of the world. Only Minimot's 4th bank has only just come down now. Let's move back. Pick off the Explorer. Maybe try and siege the building. I'm sure an age up soon from Izad will come in. Stable being thrown down. Not actually looking to age up. He's now sending camel attack going into Zambraks. I think the Zambraks are here just to try and put pressure on pikemen, which do turn up. A bit of kiting. Hussars do pop out, but he's got to kill them quickly because the pikes are nearby. He's just going to leave half his army behind and just escape with the others, and that's quickly turned straight back into a strong position here for Dutch. Like that's turned around so quickly. A lot of cavalry going down there when didn't quite need to. Okay, yes, the Barracks is out now. Couple Gurkhas being retrained. But H2 Gurkhas are just not great, unfortunately. More Zams being trained, and it looks like Izad's pivoting into a skirm goon idea. Rajput's would also be an interesting thing. He actually does have quite a bit of wood, not a lot of gold behind this, so he might be tempted to do that. Rajputs can happily close in and kill pikemen, snare the skirmish as well, kill the Huss, and overall very good units in recent metas. And we have seen some very good games with India recently where Rajputs have just kind of been used just to randomly come out of the blue, get from behind, and just win the games in massive fights. Second Rack's coming down behind. Minimo's still forcing his H2 agenda here. He probably could age up at some point, and that would naturally be where he wants to be. But this H2 3-unit competition has kind of worked in his favour, which has surprised me. Forcing, here we go. Izad into double Rajput production. Sending in gold though. Izad's got a lot of resources just in his stockpile not being used, which I'm a bit concerned. He might want to build another house, maybe buy some wood at the market buy price. Pretty good at the moment, so should be able to. So the house has been thrown down to try and get the population. I think Rajputs are 1 pop units. Yeah, 1 pop. Might buy at the market quickly. Got to do it quickly. Yeah, 8 do come out. Maybe the gold is to age up, and this is what's going to try and defend and defeat Minimont. Minimont will have a nice trip to the beach. Don't really know where he's going with this. I guess he just is. Does he want to age? Not want to age? He's thinking of aging. He is aging. He's pretty back then. You don't want to lose your army in transition. Rajput's coming out, going to siege that stable. I think Minimont will be very happy to see that being sieged, because he knows the army's there. He knows he can get away. Gurkhas are trying to look for Minimont's army. Has he actually seen? Okay. Izad does see with the Ottoman line of sight. Ah, okay, that's crucial. That's huge. Line of sight. These Gurkhas are so far as a result, and yeah, Minimont's just going to run for it. But yeah, having both Sawas, Rajput, Zams, and Skirms all together, this actually might be a tough hold here from Minimont. But to find out, I know that Izad wants to get this done now. Camel attack working really well. Rajput's up and close. Just needs to keep a couple of these camels alive to get onto the skirmishers. Once the cavalry, the pikemen are down, look at the army here from Dutch getting collapsed. It's just gone. It's going, gone. And Sawas are now on top of the skirmishers. Minutemen have already been called before. Yes, he's in the 3rd age. Reuters will soon hit the field. Shipment will soon hit the field. But in the time being, the skirmisher mass is in big danger. Reuters about to come out, but there's Rajputs nearby as well, and that's going to be some good kills. Is there any reinforcing units here from Izad? I'm not too sure. Like, remember, Izad's actually aging up, so you know the mantra is saying don't push and age at the same time. Well, kind of Izad's taken that one and torn that up. I think it's because he just wanted to at least trade off the Dutch army and kind of buy time for his age up. But I don't know about that, because there were a lot of Zam Gurk units you probably wanted to keep and upgrade, but now veteran skirmisher, veteran Reuters pushing back Izad. I think Izad always wanted to try and age, especially as he was floating so much resources, but it's tough. It would take time to try and invest that into the army in age 2 and get those into the battlefield, so I guess that kind of worked. What it does, though, is just prolong the time, gets India to the next age, and the scaling of India will soon start to take off. Charminar Gate from the Mansabdar, 46 villas, 2 shipments ready to go, full marketects at the moment, so it's not looking too bad here for India's point of view. We'll get veteran Gurkha, Mansabdar Gurkha, Gurkha Combat, and Brit Consulate, I assume, is what he will go for at some point. Two caravels as Dutch. Why would you do that to yourself, Mini? No. Why? But to see the villas and the roads nearby, these villagers will have to run away. That's an interesting card to send at any point in the game. Misrallied Zamrek's getting cleaned there by some skirmishers. That's a bit of a shame there for Izad, but recover his position, just get everything together, hold it in one place. And church here for Minimont. There is some wood. don't think he's going to advance church just yet. There's just for the XP, just to get his shipment progression moving forward. Does have 4 banks. 5th bank can get made. Going for a town centre, being built with some villagers. That would take a long time to happen. And actually, oh my god, Minimort's right clicks to the treasure guidance, and a villager might actually go down here. Oh no, the explorer nearby off the crack shot should be able to save this one. Yeah, the bandit blowgun is only in melee, so hero villager taking one for the team. And have the great cuts as well. So that villager would have gone down otherwise. There we go. Mansblood Gurkha, disciplined Gurkha. Did he go for Gurkha combat? No, Mahout's into Zambarak. Just going unit shipment straight away. Not even messing around with any upgrades. There is an elephant combat in his deck as well. Yurumi's potential, but not being called or summoned. Izad does love second town centre gameplay as India and second and third. Caravel's actually still trying to raid on the water. I think they will get another volley off. Yeah, so he's going to have to hurt that away pretty quickly. It's just on the edge of the range, so I think he should be fine. And yeah, Izad's aware of that. I think Izad's literally chuckling himself about this boat raid. That's quite funny to see. Town centre here from Minimalt, nearly being built. 5th bank up, house is being built. No placer mines here from Minimalt just yet, just base gathering. Utilising the extra bonus that Dutch vills get. But here's Mahout Skirm Zambarak time. Mahout's charging in. There are 3 of them on the field because of the Charminar Gate plus the 2 from the shipment. Pathin's a bit awkward, but actually managed to get them in the front line now. And Gurkha's working on the Reuters. Only 1 Mahout remaining, but quite a lot of the skirms here from Dutch already under a bit of problems. Overall, I think a little bit of a better fight there for Dutch than there for India. And Minimalt cannot have any Zambaraks in the fight at all. It's purely Gurkha versus Skirmish at this moment. And yeah, the Skirmishers are slightly stronger overall, I think. A little bit extra HP. And a little bit more range. Very, very useful. Dutch looks fine. Like this game looks very poised and even. However, I kind of feel at some point the elephant combat, maybe mixing with some Yurumi, Skirm, Reuters really struggled with Yurumi Swordsman. There's just going to be a fight there that India's going to absolutely dominate, and we haven't even got to the point of maybe squeezing some Rajputs in there as well. Rajputs in that last fight would have done very, very well, because mixing like Mahout and Rajputs together, both counter Skirm Goon in that sense. And which unit do you kill? Which unit do you fear the most? You just focus down the Mahouts and then let the Rajputs kill all your Reuters. It's really hard to kind of get that one sorted. Bosniak's, yeah, great. Bosniak's a great shot. I don't think many of them go Bosniaks here. He does have the gold for it, but I think that's just not having the hunts available. If you can get away with stuff like infantry combat, cav combat, that's the way to play it. Can also, you know, make it your own saloon and go for own mercenaries. There's no reason to not. And actually, there's Stradiots in the tavern as well, and they get benefited by cav combat, so it's pretty good. There's no reason to not. But these fights now, okay, infantry combat is in, but Gurkha combat is in as well. 22 attack Gurkhas. Mansiptar Gurkha gone down. HP relatively the same as well. 37 villagers here for Minimalt. He does on 57. Second TC now pumping vills, and has enough woods to go for a third TC and just spamming out all the resources. Obviously having both wood trickle here, foreign login, and distributism. It's now starting to look really good here for India taking off. Another town centre on the coast. Maybe tempted to actually go onto the water at some point with a dock protected by the town centre. Oh, room a lot of raids on villagers on the coast. What a nice raid. Quick reactions there for Minimalt. I think he was here because he built a house. Now he's kind of getting out there, but a couple of villas do go down. And yeah, the Reuters moved across to try and pick these off. And yeah, these are royal veteran units, and they're just going to easily pick off 3 or 4 villas. 3 to go down. The 4th is building the house, but I think... Oh, maybe Iza's thinking, kill the vill and just lose my units, or just lose my units and I'm baiting the Zambaraks. But I think Iza should have committed to another vill kill there instead of trying to get them out, because that wasn't going to happen. You're trying to get Han Cav out the range of Dragoons, really tough. Rotors do move very, very fast. And more Hussars being called here by Izad. Maybe Azap's not a bad shout in this situation due to the amount of Dragoons that Minimalt has. 15 Zambraks. There's 3 Rumalots. Fishing boat, double dock. Oh, Izad's just like fully booming now. He's just enjoying the map, enjoying the resources, enjoying his position. Minimalt trying to work, but Skirm, you kind of want to like really overinvest in Skirm so you win the Gurkha war, and then you just leave yourself so open to a Mahout switch, which could be pulled at any time. Anytime Izad wants to switch into Mahout Lancers, he certainly can do so. Having Mansabdar Zambraks and Mansabdar Gurkha, very, very nice. And now just a fishing boat eco. Just, I think one of the no, not one of the both caravans are still up. Seeing the attack there from the town centre, just kind of stationed, just trying to keep fishing boats somewhat curtailed. Izad knows he's coming. He does have an Ottoman line of sight, so anticipated from a long, long way away. Oh, I've actually spotted the Mansabdar unit from a long distance for the first time in like, oh my god, and so is Minimalt. Mansabdar just sniped. And yeah, really good play there from Minimalt. Good eyes. I reckon there's a mod somewhere which customizes the visuals of Mansabdar to be like big clowns. Like the hey, like big, look at me, click me type of unit, kill me. I think that'd be a very interesting mod. I guess that is obviously, you know, game breaking, but it's only a visual mod, which I think visual mods are allowed on the ranked ladder. Because we've got some of these UI mods, so who knows, might be that might be something to get made. But big fight here. Gurkha's losing their Mansabdar unit, actually getting beaten by veteran skirmishers, but 2 Mahouts get made, and Mansabdar Zambraks on the Reuters. Massive damage benefit here for the Zambraks. 24 attack, 159 HP versus 170, 16 attack. These Zambraks are actually really strong. And the Mahout Lancers have kind of pulled back there. Elephant combat in as well. It's just the 3 TP production and the double fishing boat production as well that Izad's just happy buying time and trading. There's no rush to get this done straight away. Hani needs that Mansabdar Gurkha on the field. He is there. Mahouts will be happily trading. And Rumalot for another raid. More villagers going down. Another 3 or 4. And yeah, Reuters have to get pulled off, but there are Mahout Lancers here. I think they're going to charge in on the skirmishers. This is risky times, and yes, look at all the Reuters being pulled back to defend this. That is, oh, it's not ideal. And there's 4 Mahouts, elephant combat, but Minimalt reinforces just at the right time to defend this. And the rest of Izad's army is a bit of an awkward spot. Oh, back elephant raiding, snaring, and stuns are likely to come in. That's actually really nice timing there. But all the elephants do get picked off pretty quickly, and hasn't just quite worked out here for Izad. I think he's just trying to lead with the elephants and heavy cavalry too keenly there, too fast. You kind of want to get the Gurkhas and that slowly moving in, getting the combat, and once the forces are worn down a little bit, then maybe pull the elephant card coming in. But is this a 3 Mahout card? Yeah, 3 Mahout Lancers. That's such a strong shipment. Also notice the shipment at the castle here could be game clutching. We do have stables, maybe choosing more units behind us, maybe more Mahouts in a bit. Caravel getting on the action is annoying. 1 Caravel being trained, but I don't like his positioning here from Minimalt. Maybe he's thinking Izad's now only just shipping in technologies. He's backing off. He's baiting it. He's baiting the I've got no army card. He is baiting this. Gurkha's moving across to try and pick off the Reuters, but oh my god, here comes the backdoor Mahout Lancers, and actually not too bad position in the end here for getting the Reuters on the action, but surely the Gurkhas and Zams will just try and pick off as many of these Reuters as possible. This is the opportunity to do so, and the Mahout Lancers are getting some good picks. Minutemen being called from one of the TCs. Still not too bad here for Dutch, I have to say. It's not too bad of an army fight and position, but 96 villagers now for Esoc, and he's still having so many villas in queue. He kind of needs more food, needs more gold. He's now starting to get a little bit of rice paddy action going on. He has a lot of wood to spend. I think, well, one unit which cost a lot of wood is the disciplined Mahout, and I think he needs to try and get a couple more that have been trained. But so far, the Reuters are doing some good job. Haven't yet got their ranged cavalry cargo, but it's not the end of the world. Double Minutemen being caught from the town centre. Mini's pushing hard and actually getting some really good trades there. Consulate Cavalry just being popped out as well. And more rumour lots. They're getting some good damage. Yeah, Scam's working on the... so many reinforcements here from Mini. He's playing this so well. Villagers have actually seen some of Dutch's villas out in the open. I think the potential for still more raiding. But Esad's up against the back here. He's actually really pressured. He's actually retraining one of his explorers just to get the snare in. Yurumi now being sent behind. Fishing boats are still looking pretty good. They do have no upgrades. No gill nets. He's got 17. That's annoying to see. And Dutch is actually raiding Indian villas. No, don't save and exit. I don't know what button to press there. We're still here. We're all good. Panic averted. Oh, these villas are having to run away at this moment in time. Great raid. I have to agree. That's really hit at the right mark. And it's just always being trained and just getting picked off now. 95 villas here for Esoc. Minimo on 50. Max villas. Hasn't got an H1 card in. Yurumi have been called. And Esoc just needs to wait and try and get more stuff. And this is really awkward. Okay, he's transitioned onto rice pies. He needs a little bit more upgrades. He hasn't actually got many upgrades. He's on his eco behind. Yurumi are out in the field. Zam's trying to raid from behind, but they're just going to dive in and get picked off. That Yurumi ready to go. Needs a Mahout timing or Rajputs or something like that. But you know what? Minimo's just ahead in score now. In just this tempo might actually steal the game here. Vet Hussars blocking down the Gurkha and the Yurumi. And yeah, Yurumi got 0 value that game. All the Zams have gone down. And the game has been paused. But I think that might be a resign actually coming from Esoc. And yeah, Esoc has tapped it. And Minimo coming from a bit of a perilous situation multiple times. And out-ecoed drastically at the end. Just kept on pushing his army advantage to close the game off and get the win. Well played, my friend. That is certainly very good. And you earn yourself a point to win series 3-2. Wow, what a game. Everyone's Lionheart saying, let's get on. Obviously, you know, Lionheart, the team manager of Minimal or the Bigs, I'm very happy to see that series victory there from Mini. And to be fair, Minimal winning the series over Esoc, I have to call that a bit of an upset. Minimal's a fantastic player, but is he an S tier top 5 player? Some say yes, some say no. I'd say that Esoc is probably more likely to be in that bracket, but Minimal playing exceptionally high level play there. Really enjoyed that game. Quick look at that post game. So at the end, like having over 100 villagers, having twice the villager population of Dutch, and still losing that game. I guess it's just a Mahout just not getting the work done that they needed to do. Maybe losing them too quickly, and just Minimot was very quick to focus them down as soon as they hit the field. But I think Esoc felt that he had the situation under control, into the point that he realistically didn't have the situation under control and started to panic. But yeah, Minimot just kept on reinforcing, and what a good job he was doing that as well. So absolutely fair play. The economy will probably say massively ahead there for India at the end, and yeah, even the gradient's so different. But it's not. It doesn't matter if you've got £10,000 underneath the bed. If your house is on fire, you lose it all. And the same here happened to Esoc. Lots of resources, but couldn't protect it and lost everything. So GG for that one. What a game, what a series. I hope you all enjoyed that as well, because I always enjoyed casting too. Right, thanks for watching, guys.